welcome to the PPM Playbook podcast. I am your host, Laura Watts, and for each episode I will be talking to a guest to unpick the complexities of running effective programmes and portfolios of work. My company Verto is a veteran in this space, having supplied a programme management solution to public sector organisations since 2008. So, without further ado, let's get started. Hello and welcome back. I'm joined again by Craig and Ross. And we wanted to have a conversation today about a topic that's particularly relevant nowadays, right now, for local government organisations. In December 2024, the Labour government brought out their devolution white paper. And this is going to result in a significant amount of change for local government organisations and authorities and councils and borough councils and all sorts all over the country. How is this going to affect PPM management within those organisations?
Really good question. I mean, because the devolution white paper it's just been put out there. We're a couple of months away into that. Do people really know what that's going to look like yet? No one knows what it's going to look like. We know it's going to end up in a whole load of change with a whole load more unitary authorities coming into play. So we'll get rid of that tiered structure that we have with county and district councils now. Does that mean that those councils are going to stop running projects? No, of course it doesn't. They're still going to be running massive projects. What's going to change? Possibly the team structure of who's doing it, possibly the people who they need to report to, probably the councillors that they have to report to, who they're accountable to. All of those sorts of things are going to change. But ultimately, there's still going to be a whole bunch of project delivery going on by those organisations. And so there's kind of in a PPM environment, it's kind of two things in play here. One, how do you keep the wheels on for all the stuff you've got in train already? And at the same time, try and manage the change that's going on at the higher level as well. So it's like managing downwards and upwards from a PPM point of view. It's going to be a very challenging time for all of those local government organisations. I don't know, Craig's your sort of specialist area, really.
Yeah, I think you're bang on. Managing that transition is going to be massive. But as you said, there's still BAU, there's still projects and programs that are going to happen right up until the point and between the change, before and after the transition. So if you can get ahead of the game, if you can set yourself up with best practices and a support mechanism in place to help you, where your data's in one place, you can easily see everything that's going on. Not only do you effectively set yourself up to manage your projects up until that transition, but all of those transition projects can be managed. If you've got a tool where your initiatives are being managed in a district council and there's multiple district councils in place and they're transitioning to a unitary authority, that data can transition easily when it's all in one place. If it's all in piecemeal, if it's all in different places, in spreadsheets, Word documents all over the place, I can only imagine the task that's going to have to be undertaken to deal with that transition. But the big element, like you mentioned, is there's still projects going on, and there's going to be a lot more projects and programs that come about when the transition is confirmed, when they know what that new structure looks like, and that is going to need to be managed. And if you can have a constant around all of that, like a tool in place to help you, then it's going to stand you in good stead.
It's to your point though, isn't it? Do you get your house in order first of all? So get your own house in order. So if you're running as a district, get your own house in order, make sure all your projects are bang on, they're being reported correctly, you've got all of that structure in place. Who's going to be seen as the beacon of light if you get combined with other district councils into a single unitary? Well, everyone's going to go, they're really good at doing it. We should definitely adopt that across our new unitary rather than take what that district was doing or what that district was doing. You guys are definitely the specialists in how to manage projects because you're doing really well at it. We'll have you as the centre of excellence going across the unitary. So you could see it as actually those district councils and the lower level councils actually trying to, I don't know, was jostle for being the best, but ultimately it is, isn't it? It's them saying, look, we're really good at this. It stands us in a good position as we combine with other authorities. It's like, I mean, no one in this process is going to know what they are doing because this is a big thing, right? And it's one of the biggest changes in local government for decades. So there's nobody sitting here today who go, yeah, I absolutely know what I'm doing, because they don't. But all you can do is position yourself so that your house is in order, your processes are sorted, because it gives you also that opportunity is when you see that wider opportunity of a big project that's coming on across this new unitary that you might now be part of. Actually, yeah, we know how to manage that. We can take that on. We can look after that for you guys.
Yeah.
You know, it's about how those individual pockets of skill across those districts and other authorities might be able to influence the unitary going forwards.
Because change is going to happen anyway when they transition. So, you know, if you've got this level of process in place, then the actual change itself, the restructuring of your organisation
feels easier.
Might be a little easier.
It feels easier, yeah, because you're not wading through treacle, because you're learning everything. It's kind of, okay, we're used to running a process. It might be a big thing that we're changing, but we just run it through the process and let's see what happens. And that's much easier than trying and make it up as you go along.
Yeah, exactly. I think if you have that foundation set, you're right. It will make it a little bit easier for you. It's still a massive challenge, but it's like anything. If you struggle with any starting point, if you don't know where to find things, if you don't know where things is, the job doesn't start until you've got that sorted out, right? And so you're one step ahead. I can't coin the term as my own, but when in times of change, do more, not less. Don't sit on your hands. Don't be idle. Don't freeze. Don't wait for the impending change to come and be overwhelmed by it. Do more, get ahead of the game, get your house in order so that you are ready for the change, because no matter what you do, it's still going to be difficult. It's still going to be challenging. There's going to be a lot of moving parts, but by having yourself in the best possible position, you will be in the best position to manage that easier.
Yeah. And there are so many, because there are so many pieces to this change as well. And if you think about, there's some really core infrastructure services that are going to have to change here. So if you think about this moving from district to unitary. So let's say you consolidate 3 or 4 different district councils into a unitary. At the moment, all of those district councils are probably using completely separate IT infrastructure. They'll all be using different email addresses. They'll all be using different types of laptops. The entire IT infrastructure will be different. The way that they manage their buildings will be completely different. The way that they manage their staff and their processes of managing their staff, the way they procure things will be different across each one of these district authorities. And so this change is huge. And there are so many underlying infrastructure pieces before you get to the frontline services that we're delivering to our citizens, right? So you've got all those frontline services you're delivering to citizens, but in order to do that, you have a whole load of infrastructure underneath that you have to get changed. And that's part of change management and the process of change management that these guys are going to have to go through. And it's going to take a long time, and it's going to be really, really hard. I'm sorry, let's not sugarcoat it. It's going to be hard.
No, you're right. But I think you mentioned a good point there. Change isn't going to happen overnight in this instance. It's going to take time. This has happened before. Unitary authorities have been born out of previous change initiatives. You can look at the London councils back in the 70s or 80s. You can look at recent changes, I think, around the Buckinghamshire area in the last decade where those changes have happened. It's not a quick process. We're not going to wake up one morning and we now go to this unitary authority for our waste problems. It's going to take time. There will be the official transition, but this isn't happening tomorrow. There are still pressing issues that's going to be taking place in the next 12, 24, 36 months that you cannot sit on and not worry about and wait for that change to happen. So it's all about being mindful of that as well.
Okay, great. Thanks. Yeah, really interesting points, and definitely something that we should probably revisit as time goes on. See how it's changing, see how things progress.
Worth looking at again in the future. Yeah.